currently being under threat of a filibuster, which is why we haven't seen it move out of the Senate. I think it's also important to recognize that social norms are way ahead of our political norms. And that's where you see Chesapeake and Devon and some of these Fortune 500 companies willingly and openly embracing diversity in the workforce, much more so than we see in our political world. So eventually, the arc of political norms will catch up with where we're at for social norms. It will take a while to get there. And I agree with Brittany when she says that we need state law. I agree that we need federal law. But I think one of the key political strategies to realizing that is a local municipality by municipality basis. In Oklahoma, for example, let's say that Norman, the city of Norman, passes very, very meaningful quality ordinances that protect GLBT members and citizens of Norman. And goes above and beyond what our state law does, above and beyond what federal law does, and mirrors some of these efforts that we see in the private sector. And more doesn't. Because that's how it would go. Norman is more likely to pass that than Moore is. So Norman passes that. You have an employer. Because so much of what we see at the political level and at the state capitol is about recruiting business, recruiting folks to move to your community. If we can set an example that businesses, that families, that organizations are choosing Norman because Norman enacted these policies and Moore didn't, they're right next door to each other, then we can set an example for why change and progress is necessary and why so many of the false attacks and accusations that we hear about what will happen if we include everyone are just wrong. I think that'll help political norms because political norms are motivated not necessarily by altruistic needs or altruistic outcomes. We're not thinking about necessarily how's the world going to be better about this. It's about money and power. Politics and money and power. So if we can demonstrate why equality means good things in terms of political language, then I think that we'll see that those norms catch up with one another faster. Any other Westwood?
I will agree with Representative Kiesel on the fact that every municipality that passes positive legislation is going to help the gay community and will finally move to the state of Oklahoma. Because when, for example, if Norman passes it, I think you'll see Oklahoma City pass some things here in the next few years because they want to grow and they also know that you have to be a very diverse city to be able to keep bringing businesses in. And use the same thing that Representative Kiesel said, if Norman has it, Oklahoma City has it, and Moore doesn't have it. What's going to happen there? Moore will not be receiving the benefits of the growth. The politicians listen to the people because they won't be reelected. And when they're not, if the city's not growing, the tax base is not growing, then the city council is going to say, hey, what's wrong here? And that's how we make a change. And every time we pass a law in every town, every city, then we are making a difference.